Hello, it's been quite a while since I sort of made a video, and I just thought I'd put together a very small sort of chat really to talk about a few things that I've been going through and things I've been observing in this insane time that we live in. Um, I say insane, but everything has a lesson, and things do happen for a reason. I strongly believe that, and this past, I don't know how long it's been now with all these restrictions and control going insane, has taught me a lot. And actually, it should teach you a lot. It's a time to reflect. It's a time. It's a time where you've really found out who your neighbours are, who your community are, and what they behave like. Um, and it's very, very clear to me now. I think I've touched on this before that humanity is splitting literally in two. And the way I see that is that you've got one side of people who want to live in love and freedom, and others that want to live in fear and control. And that's it. That is the only real divide we have. Those that believe in authority and those that don't. Authority, as I've said before in my natural law video, is it's not it's a false construct. It doesn't exist. The only authority is natural law. That is it. And we need to work our way through this that we're going through. No one is coming to save us, as I've said before. There's a lot of this crap going on. All that QAnon rubbish. I saw straight through that, a load of that. All that is giving your power away. As I've always said from day one, you have to go within and find your own power and stand on your own 2 feet. And the biggest fear that humanity actually faces is personal responsibility, let's face it. Because that's what this is about. Humanity is terrified of personal responsibility. And that's it. This divide is happening, and there will be, I believe, a new civilization. I think it's just very interesting. I have got some more deeper thoughts on it, but I'm going to leave it there for now. And that brings me to sort of psychic hygiene. I've been sort of thinking a lot about, the way people behave, how some people get stuck in victim mode, how some people leech other people's energy. And I don't stand for any of that. I really don't stand for any of that. I am, a person that will burn a bridge straight away. And I think what's a good exercise in all this, what really I've learned, is that how certain people make me feel. How do I, and it's a really good exercise to do that, to actually sit and think to yourself, go with it and think, how do I feel when I'm around so and so? Do they drain me? Do they constantly go on and on and on about their problems and bring me down? Because you don't need that. You really don't. You have to protect your own psychic space. And I do it. Even with my own family and people that are close to me, I have times that I withdraw from everyone. That's not selfish at all. We've been led to believe that that's selfish. It's not. It's actually self-love to recognise I need to take a step back, and I'm going to do it for me because that's what's important. And if I don't know what's been going on in anyone's personal lives, but if people won't respect you for who you are, isn't it better to just walk away? And this is the problem with a lot of these truthers. They want to save everyone. You can't save everyone. One thing I've noticed very clearly is that there's some people that are not going to be saved. And you have to let them have their free will choice. And if they're on a choice of self-destruction, then so be it. That's not harsh. That is just living in natural law. You don't have the right to coerce anyone else. Or you can put knowledge out and wisdom like I do in these videos. And people can choose whether they want to listen to me or not, or anyone else that puts out videos and content. And I'm not here to coerce people. I'm not here to wake people up. Because that's very Abrahamic and religious anyway, to think that everyone's got to think the way I do. You know, that's just more cult-like behaviour and collectivism, which is, you know, to me is evil. And, you know, it is sad. And you know, on one of the other channels that I was uploading to, I can't remember which one it was, I got a personal message from someone who was crying out for help. But, you know, I don't mean no disrespect, but he wanted me to fix his life for him. That's not my responsibility. That's his responsibility. You know, fair enough, he got a lot from my videos, and I understand that. And, you know, and he said that he'd gained a lot and learnt a lot, but he was asking me to sort of be like a guru or something. I'm not a sage, I'm not a guru. That's not why I do these videos. And I don't mean the bloke any harm, and I hope he did sort out his issues that he was having, but a lot of his issues he was having was that he wanted to control other people. He wanted to stop them having, you know, the injection or whatever, and I'm sorry, that it's a personal choice. I'm not having it. Whether people do or not, that's up to them. But, you know, I just felt that you have to take personal responsibility, like I said at the beginning, and don't look to others to solve your own problems. It's not healthy at all, in any way, shape or form. Yes, you can go for, you know, some people might, you know, you might take something from a video and go, oh, I can apply that in my life, brilliant. But nothing I do is forced and coercion, because I know that's against natural law. And everyone has their own free will. Unfortunately, you know, that's the way it is. I live my life how I live it. I don't harm anyone else, and I expect people to leave me alone. So, you know, withdrawal is a powerful, powerful tool, and it's really, really important at times. And what you have to say as well, with all this hysteria. I mean, I don't watch the news. I tell you, I don't watch any of it. I have a TV, but it's only for watching films, and I play the odd video game for my, you know, a bit of escapism occasionally. But I do not watch the mainstream media at all, because I know what it's all about. I've spoke about that in my videos. But what's behind all this panic, really, and I'm pretty sure I said this before, is fear of death. Fear of death, as Dr. David Hawkins said, is the only one true fear. Because what he would do with his clients, when they would come to him for therapy, he would play a game called "And Then What?" So if they said, oh, I'm worried about X, Y, Z, he'd say, so if that happens, and then what? And then they'd say, well, if that happens, blah, 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 blah. And then he said, and then what? And he said, and if you keep doing that with someone, you'll eventually realise that they'll go, at the end, and then I'll die. Well, that, for a start, there's no such thing as death. But that's not something any of us can avoid anyway. So why should we live our lives in fear? I think it's a brilliant thing, the and then what game. You know, think about your own fears and maybe, you know, because we all have the odd anxiety about things, but if you really trail it back and peel it back like an onion, at the core of it, normally with most people, is the fear of death. And that's why, if you can conquer the fear of death, you won't live in fear anymore. You'll live free and in love. So yeah, I've got more to say on shadow work actually. I know I did a whole video on that, but I'm going to do a sort of part 2 to that, because I've learnt so much about the body lately, and the importance of body work within therapy when you're addressing the shadow. Again, I addressed that in my EFT video. That's why EFT is so powerful, because it's using your body's natural energy, or chi if you like, or whatever you want to call it, by using the acupressure points and facing your demons with exposure therapy and not running from them. You go into the shadow, you face it, you integrate it, you don't run from it. And that's my problem with a lot of these love and lighters. They've got it all wrong. The New Age movement, as I think it was Mark Passio rightly said, should be called the New Cage movement. You don't just ignore your problems and meditate them away. And I'm not knocking meditation, because meditation is a powerful tool, but you don't run from your problems. You face them, you integrate them. And that doesn't always happen overnight. That can take a long time. We all have bits in our psyche that are fractured and bits that we need to improve on. No one is perfect in this 3D dimension. But yeah, true shadow work, now, I'm going to stand by this statement, always must involve the body. You can do it to a degree in therapy, with the right counsellor that understands what, a deep level, but you have to involve the body, and I'll explain that more. I'm going to do a whole part 2 on shadow work, and I'm going to explain why that is. I've had some absolute astounding revelations with that lately, and yeah, that's for another video. And I've also I've done another video on. I'm going to start presenting some psychological work of a lady called Alice Miller. She was a psychotherapist and a psychologist, and she wrote many books. And her work has had a massive, massive impact on me, not only as a human being but also as a therapist. And she talks about, childhood trauma a lot. And I think when I put this work out there, when I come to record this, because I've already done the slides for it, it will really go hand in hand with what my last video was in the Consciousness Rising series, which was the root of the problem. It will sort of go hand in hand with that really nicely, I think. So yeah, and I'll be doing more of that soon. Got lots planned, but yeah, this will do for today, really, just a sort of small catch up. And this is where I'm at, in the tarot, because I'm going to be doing more tarot as well. Obviously, I've spoke a lot about the tarot, but that's hygienic in itself, because it gets you to use your right brain, because most people are left brain imprisoned, I might add. But yeah, the tarot card, or the the one I resonate the most with, is the Hermit. And if you look at that card, to me that is very much like how I am. He's robed. He keeps himself to himself. You can say, well, he's a hermit. He draws on the strength of himself, but he carries a lantern of light, and that lantern of light is his wisdom that he shares. That's the way I view it, and that's what's so beautiful about the tarot. You can view it any way you want. Yeah, so I will be doing more tarot videos as well when I get round to it. But I've had a big break from doing all this, to be honest, and I've needed to. But hopefully, the Alice Miller video will be up in the next couple of days, so look out for that. Anyway, take care all. Bye.